Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Densetsu no Starfy. In the last part we started off the Sunken Ship level, and now we just got a little bit more of this level to go before we're done with it. This room is a whole mess of currents pushing you up, down, and sideways to reach items we need to go break the wall to get back to Mo. And here we got a scoop. Will this be able to clear the rebel? Maybe. I feel it's a long time to do that, but it's probable.
You're finally back. So, what'd you find? Scoop? Oh, you bonehead. Did you really think a scoop would be able to do anything? It's gonna take something more powerful than that. Try again.
Alright, geez, no need to yell. And now we need to go back to where the scoop was, and now the floor collapses below us. We have to do this a number of times, and just to save a little bit of time on the runtime of this video, I am gonna jump cut to where the prior tools are. But at least this time we got some star pearls over here we can grab on top of some more sealed blocks. If you're getting tired of seeing those, so am I. We found a pickaxe. Will it be able to clear the rebel this time? That feels a lot more likely, honestly. I think we got a pretty good deal going on here. Let's just hope if it doesn't work that Mo doesn't just immediately yell at us again. You know, I guess he is probably scared of, the octopus probably coming up behind him.
What is it this time? Pickaxe, huh? I'm not holding my breath on this one, but give it a shot. So, making any progress with that pickaxe? Huh? The pickaxe broke? Ah, you bonehead. Stop picking up such junk. This is bad. I'll get caught if we don't hurry it up. Do something!
Alright, sure, let's just get back down there again. If it's not been clear thus far throughout the LP, I get the comedy bit of what Mo's character archetype is, especially when reacting to someone like Starfy, who's just got a constant no thoughts, head empty smile going. But I don't like how he interacts with a lot of characters, even knowing what he does with story in this game, the 5th game, and some other games. Just not a fan. But here we found a bomb! After using this, will there even be any rubble left? We have decided to choose violence. Also, every time you're in this room, you can just go up the way you came, rather than using the current here on the left, but it's faster. Although I guess you can get more pearls going back up the way you came.
Could you be any slower? What is it this time? Hey, answer me.
Oh dear. Well, I guess it's boss time, isn't it? Hurry up, Mo. Yeah, though, this is actually one of the few boss fights in the game you don't get a Mo hint for what to do in. Did you forget something there? Oh, a nice hat.
Why, you let me precious meal get away. Well, you don't look so appetizing, I guess I'll have to eat ye instead. And with me favorite hat on, your puny star spin won't do anything to me.
Octopus is truthful, whereas other boss fights like this, you'd be trying to focus on getting the head off and hit him in the head. We need to hit him from below in his tentacles when he's high up in the air, but you need to be careful. Anytime you do that, he immediately slams down by solidifying his tentacles into spikes. Otherwise, he's gonna raise up throughout various parts of the screen, firing what looks like cannonballs at you, but they're actually ink balls. If you get hit by one of those, you get entrapped in the bubble, and thus he'll just start to try to ram you. I think starting with the second round as well, he'll start sending several ink balls into the air, and they will try to rain down on you. The first one, I believe, does home in on your location. The others fall at generally set intervals across the screen. But the further you get into the fight, I believe he does fire more and more of them at you. In the case you escape the bubble, because you can by mashing, he does try to immediately counter you going in for an attack by doing the spike attack downwards. So you need to fight this fight a little more defensively than some of the other fights, because you actively have to wait for him to be up in the air to hit him. But overall, it's not a bad boss fight. This one probably gave me the most trouble out of the main stage boss fights on my first run, just because I was trying to be way too aggressive, but if you play it defensively, not too much to worry about. That pretty much summarizes the stage as well, now that I think about it.
Elmo, did you really defeat that guy? Of course. I took care of everything.
Hey, it seems like a lie. Starfy did it, didn't he?
What are you saying?
Also, I just realized they kept Dolphy's name here instead of Mo.
Look at him. He's just some guy who fell from Puff Top. He can't do anything on his own.
Puff Top? Is that really where you're from, Starfy?
But he doesn't have any idea how to go back.
You look really quite hopeless, huh, Starf? In that case, how about heading to the Undersea Temple? Many years ago, Puff Top was actually part of the Undersea Temple. But lately, it seems that some bad guys have been searching the temple for something.
Sounds like they're our next target. Ready to go find a way home, Starf? Starfy heads to the Undersea Temple to search for a way to return to Puff Top.
The Sunken Ship is probably one of my favorite stages in the game, just structurally, because I like the whole key setup for it, on top of the fact that there's distinct separate ideas in each route. And I do like the boss fight. The only part I really don't like is the backtracking back and forth for the tools to break down that wall at the very end of it. But even then, that's such a minor note, it doesn't really matter. And now we've got the big barrel octopus on the postcard. And thus with that, it is now time for the Undersea Temple.
An ancient temple with a hidden mystery. What will Starfy and friends find while exploring it?
Let's find out. I love the song for this stage.
Oi, Starf! About time you got here. Get a load of this guy. He was trying to attack me. Something's just not right here. You deal with him.
Shoot, he got away. Then I guess I'll just go after his friend instead. While you're in this particular part of the level, Ho Run will be trying to fire the occasional little snail shell-shaped projectile at you. If you stay on the water and have the Ultra Star Spin, you can just kind of outspeed him, no problem. You can get some Star Pearls along the way. There's even some hidden in the waterfall, I think on the 4th little waterfall coming up here on the right. But not only can you take out the projectile, you can just speed on over to the side and be done with this mechanic very quickly. Although, you know what, thinking about it, not only is this probably one of my favorite songs in the game, this probably is like, if not my favorite level in the game, second favorite, because they just do some neat stuff in it.
All right, Ho Run, your chase is at an end because you just probably broke your shell. I'm sorry.
Oh, you caught me, but I haven't lost yet.
Hey, cut it out! Listen here, I'm the great hero Mo. And this is my sidekick Starf. We're currently on an adventure to bring peace to the seas.
You can't fool me! Have you already forgotten what happened earlier? Yes?
Starfy, so you've noticed this temple holds a secret. What's the past? This form, now to power you up. Now awaken, my servants. It should be a sin for you to destroy Starfy. Destroy Starfy. Starfy is weak. I am cooler. Hey, who's there? This is a sacred temple. Stop doing that. Destroy the annoyance. I won't lose to you. Too strong. Wait, leave me alone! I can't go on. Annoyance destroyed. Next I will destroy Starfy. I'm exhausted. Is this the Undersea Temple Dolphy was talking about? Oh, you're in the way. This is no place for taking a nap. You're really annoying the Great Mo. Ow! Don't kick me! You must be a friend of that bad guy. I'll get you this time. Ow, 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 I'm not a bad guy! Cut it out!
So this is entirely your own fault then, Mo. Gotcha. See? You are a bad guy.
You've got it all wrong. Just think about it. That guy who beat you up, did they really look as weak as Starf here does?
Huh? Now that you mention it, perhaps they did seem stronger.
See? This here's just my sidekick Starf.
Starf? Starfy? That bad guy said they wanted to destroy Starfy.
Right? He's going after Starf? Sucks to be you.
As an apology, I'll tell you the secret of this temple. Meet me at the top. I don't like this platforming section. This is the only reason this might be my second favorite level.
Look how high up we are. You know, I think I'm getting worn out by fighting all these bad guys. And after this, we're gonna have to explore that temple. So I'm gonna take a quick break. You go on ahead.
Someone's afraid of heights. So the reason I don't like this section is these things. These platforms, the moment you jump on them or at least hit them, you get bounced in the direction you hit them from, which makes platforming with them at times very volatile. Billiard bump time. Hey, want to play a game? It's a game where you have to hit a ball into a hole. It's billiards. Use Starfy to hit all the red balls into holes. Clear all the stages within the time limit to win the minigame. So this is billiards, but it's one-shot billiards, essentially trick-shot billiards. You need to bounce the balls into any of the nearby holes in the corners within one shot at a time. The attempts on the right above the timer are just your attempts before you just get an automatic game over. This isn't too hard. There's only really a couple of versions of this that are actually kind of troublesome, and those are all in the hard difficulty one we'll be doing later on anyway. Though it does activate my fight or flight because it reminds me of my hellscape trying to platinum the main Kiryu Saga Yakuza games because of what Yakuza 3 Remastered did to its billiards with some weird dead zone shenanigans. I think I brought that up several times throughout my LPs. For good reason. It terrified me. You did it! Here's your reward! Going back to those platforms, the first few of them aren't too bad because they give you ample space and all that. I think if you also hold the jump button when you bounce off of them, you do jump higher. It's when they place them in very tight spaces in the few cases they do that interacting with these becomes an absolute nightmare. And we need to do that right here. I hate trying to get up to this door. I spent like a minute or two here just trying to do this, so we're just gonna cut to when I eventually get up here. And even then, as you can see, I'm fighting for my life. Oh, hello there.
Hello, Prince of Puff Top. I am Aqua, and I'm from the Kingdom of Magic. Hey, we're busy here, aren't we, Starf? Just how did you get here from your kingdom anyway? Well, a broomstick, of course. Hey, I just had an idea. Wanna try my magic set?
Sure.
Yay, ready to become a wizard.
This is our next vehicle type, and it has some interesting abilities. It essentially turns Starfy into a Gradius-styled side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. You have 3 abilities, technically 2, just that one has 2, technically 3 forms to it. You can mash the B button to fire some stars forward to take out the enemies that these sections have. There are enemies exclusive to these sections, basically at any time they show up. You can hold it to charge, in which case it becomes an incredibly efficient homing shot that will basically take care of any enemy in existence as long as you do it at a good pace.
You were super cute. I'll put magic sets in various places for you. Feel free to use them.
But you can also use the A button to turn invisible, and you can completely clip through enemies and spikes while using it. We now have 4 out of the 5 vehicles. The 5th one we'll talk about later, though. Hey, you made it! Look over there, can you see Puff Top? Long, long ago, Puff Top was a part of this temple. As a result, it seems that a messenger from Puff Top still visits here from time to time. But how exactly they travel to and from here, I do not know. But by exploring the temple, perhaps you can figure it out! Good luck! Then, shall we head back to the temple's entrance? Yes, we shall. So now it's time for us to enter the temple itself. Through this narrow passage is the entrance to the temple. Mo's already gone ahead. I figured he would. Now, coming up here is actually something I mess up on for a good while. That door above me to the left doesn't lead back to the entrance of the temple, it leads to another magic set broomstick section, and there's an enemy in there you need for your encyclopedia. I don't grab that until way later, so if you want to get things as efficiently as possible, go do that now. So right here, we have some switches we actually need to hit, and I'm not sure if there's an actual timer going on here. There might be. If there is, I've always made it in time, but you need to hit both of those switches to disable that current so you can get up there to whatever's in the center of this room. What do we have behind waterfall number 1 but an old friend?
Oh, well, if it isn't Starfy, look how much you've grown. You sure have made it far. As for me, around the time you left my cave, I remembered an old legend and decided to come here. It is said that within this temple lies a prophecy. If found, it could perhaps be used to solve a great mystery. Starfy, my boy, won't you have a look for the prophecy? Surely Mo will be interested as well. Let's head further into the temple.
All right. So while we're on our way down this particular room, something I actually found out by looking at the cutting room floor page for this game. The sealed blocks we've seen throughout the game, they obviously always block a door more or less. Even if you use a cheat code to go through that door as early as you can, those doors rather, there's nothing back there yet because there's technically 2 versions of every map in the game. The door on the right's filled with giant sharks. Can you even make it through? And then on the left, it's a maze of doors that look super confusing. So with that, I'm sitting this one out. Take it away, Starf. Come to think of it, perhaps Old Man Lobbin knows something about that maze. So I have never actually gone back to talk to Old Man Lobber to find out what he has to say about this. I've always just brute forced this. It's not even that hard of a maze. You just go top, right, down, left if memory serves through the doors. You know you've made it to the next door in sequence when you're not A, led back into that room we were just in and just one of the little cubbies that had some star pearls in it, or if you find new enemies entirely. And what's even kind of good about this is that this is a very good way to get some star pearls in this particular stage because the enemies respawn over and over again. Especially the first room followed the blue fish and this room are very good for that because you can get a total of like 13, 14 star bits at a time. Not star bits, that's Mario Galaxy. Star pearls, that's the word. Yeah, if you mess up, you go back into those cubbies. I forgot I had already gone down, even though I did that like 15 seconds prior because I don't know why. But hey, I guess this is gonna be some extra star pearls I'm not gonna have to farm out later on because pretty universally, unless you go super overboard, you're always gonna have to farm out some. Which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it doesn't take that long, especially if you know the best place for grinding them out in the game, so not a big worry all the same. And now we're here. Hit that, and now it's time for a book. Starfy attempted to touch the prophecy, but it disappeared.
Fooled by my illusion? You dumb star. You're wasting your time.
Oh, hello again, you. I don't think we've been properly introduced. Oh, okay, bye. Guess he just doesn't like me for some reason. Weird, but I guess there's a precedent for that at this point because he's done that several times. Welcome to the shark room. These sharks, I don't think can ever properly be taken out by Starfy. They have either too much HP or they are just straight up invincible. Just hit them to stun them for a little bit and then charge through them to get to our next destination over here.
Hey, what do you want? You're searching for something called a prophecy. Huh? Have I found anything strange around here lately? I don't mind giving you what I found, but first you've got to do something for me. Recently I fought off some monster to protect my kids, but got kinda roughed up. Think you could bring me some medicine for my wounds? It's in a place that I'm not able to get into. I'll open up the door to where it is for you. Thanks.
Okay, I feel like that's not too big of a deal at all. In fact, there it is right there. This is a room that requires you to use the Ultra Spin or the Super Star Spins jump out of water just to get around some of these blocks that'll push you around. Without the Ultra Star Spin, I think this last jump here can be potentially annoying, but not too much. Again, the platforming in this game, it has moments where it's definitely tighter, but there's only a couple of outright platforming sections that I'd say are outright difficult in this game, both for me and for, I'd say, a younger audience. I know I compared this game earlier in this LP to, I believe, Dreamland 3 in some regards with what it makes you do during some levels just for little side tasks. But difficulty-wise, I'd say any of the Starfy games I played are easier than most Kirby games on average. Starfy found some medicine, so let's take it with him and get that back to Giorgio. Here you go.
How's it going? Oh, that's it. Thanks, bud. Carefully hand it over here. I'll move out of the way so you can check out that door behind me. It seems there's some sort of sparkling book in there. See ya.
All right, and they just completely vanished. What's behind door number 2? It's the prophecy again. Hey! Starfy attempted to touch the prophecy, but it disappeared again.
Fooled by my illusion again, you dumb star! You're wasting your time.
Oh boy, here we go again. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 7, we're gonna finish off our duties here at the Undersea Temple before moving on to the next stage. See you guys then.